Hello my friends and welcome. My name is Dennis and this is the latest update from Ukraine. Today I'm gonna show you some news coming from all around the world but touches the topic of the war in Ukraine. The first good news just right here: Slovenia sends to Ukraine 35 of those armored vehicles. Those are M80 Yugoslavian armored vehicles that were manufactured there, and Yugoslavia is no more, but still we have the armored vehicles. Those will be sent to Ukraine. Thank you so much, Slovenia. And thank you, Germany, because here we have the list published on German media. Here we have everything that they will give to Ukraine. Some of that stuff is already on the front lines. For example, today we got their artillery, self-propelled artillery systems, Panzerhaubitzen 2000. What is also interesting here is the 30 of Flak Panzer Gepard, so they will give us the anti-aircraft tanks, and 54 of M113 armored vehicles, my friends. That's a lot and that's good. 80 Toyota pickups, really, from Germany? Thank you so much. We have also the star here and some kind of I don't know German, my friends, sorry. So some of the items goes with the stars. As for Panzerhaubitzen 2000, there's no any star, my friends, so hopefully we'll have everything and even more. It's just the first list. We need lots of stuff from our allies, especially from Germany, because they produce weapons and their weapons are one of the best. This video was filmed in Telshkivka village. That village is quite near to the road that goes to Lysychansk. As you can see, it is totally demolished. We have some of the fighting there, and some of the armored vehicles as well as tanks just went to that village. Yeah, devastated picture. And as we know, Russia already passed that village on the way to the road, and they took part of the road under their control, so they're really blocking the way from Zolote to Lysychansk. And we get the confirmation from the German side as well as from Ukrainian side that we have those self-propelled artillery systems, 155mm systems, very effective, already delivered to Ukraine. And our Minister of Defense Alexei Reznikov commented that on Twitter. Thank you, Germany, so much. Finally, you started to help Ukraine, really help Ukraine with heavy and very precise weapons. Here we have the information that we are ongoing on a counterattack to Kherson Oblast, but if we look at the chart, the Deep State Map Live, I trust that one because they have up-to-date information. They got the information just from the people who live near to the front lines. So as for that chart, we are not offending that much because still we are in lack of weapons. I expect our counterattack to happen in 1 month or maybe a little bit later. Putlers say that they're gonna put the anti-aircraft or anti-rocket system to their army S-500. There are no analogs to that system. As well as for the Sarmat, he said today on some kind of meeting that they gonna activate this rocket for the duty probably till the end of this year. As you can see, Russia is the only country around that plays with the muscles, nuclear muscles, and probably I'm wrong, North Korea as well. This is one of the households probably near to the Kiev, and Russian soldiers went there to this building and they lived there for some time. Just look at this mess, my friends. Oh my god, I can't expect this mess from our people. So I think they are in lack of the culture. Total demolishing, you know, and they of course took wine, whiskey, Valentine's. Yeah, I tasted that one. They found some pictures of the wife of the owner of the house, and probably maybe the owner of the house, who knows. And it's just terrible. And the comments I have on the background, I just turned off the volume, that they gathered TVs, kettles, everything. They just wanted to take everything. And here are the knee protection and also the forward leg protection that only the internal forces of Russians use. So probably they wanted just to go to the Kiev, take it as it is, and they thought that just those forces are needed to calm down locals, because there will not be a huge defense from Ukrainian side. But you know what? They were wrong. Speaking about the risks of the Belarusian army involvement in this war, my friends, well, they concentrated around 4,000 troops near to Ukrainian border on our north part. Obviously not enough forces to occupy the north part of Ukraine. However, together with Belarusian forces, there are some Russian forces, and Russia also may send reinforcements to Belarus very fast. Belarusian leader celebrates what he celebrates, some party, right? And he put his dog just on the table. The dog is just on the table. People are eating. What is that? Someone take that dog from the table, out from the table. And this is how Russian war prisoners live here in Ukraine. This is their prison. Actually, they have TV, some of the beds, and that is how they work. Probably they are making pallets for Ukraine. The central part of the Kharkiv city, my friends, totally devastated, and it's terrible to see that wonderful city in that condition. I was in Kharkiv many times, have good memories about the city and people around, but now what we see is total devastation. It's unimaginable, and Russia continued to shell the city using artillery, and today it seems like we lost around 15 civilians together with one child, the girl of 8 years old. I have a daughter, she is also 8, so I cannot imagine that happened. Terrible. Terrible, my friends. And today I told you about those gas platforms that Ukrainian army destroyed in the Black Sea, and I got some of the comments, how could you destroy those civilian objects? My friends, those are not civilians. They used to be, then they were Ukrainian, but after the occupation of Crimea, Russia took those platforms and they converted them into the military objects. They put radars, they put sonars, they put their forces. So for each platform there were around 100 soldiers and just 20 civilian personnel. So they were providing surveillance for Russian side, and that is why we destroyed them. And also it's not the oil, it's gas, my friends. The gas is not that harmful for the nature compared to the oil platforms. So I think more or less we are okay with that. This is the British intelligence report saying that really Ukraine forces were able to drown the Russian ship Vasily Bech that was used as a supply ship to deliver the anti-aircraft rockets to Zmeiny Island and other systems as well. And yeah, we have the approval, and UK intelligence services said that Russia lost the capability to use their marine fleet in the Black Sea at their will after Moscow was drowned and after Ukraine got those new Harpoon rockets. My friends, we have some breaking news coming from Estonia. They say that they are targeted by Russian missile simulations, so simulated rocket attack towards Estonia. It doesn't mean that the rockets were fired, but very close, established to Estonia, fully ready to attack that country. Estonia is a NATO country, so what Russia is thinking about, I don't know. Also, it was reported that they flown their helicopter, Russia flown the helicopter into Estonian airspace. Alright, there's gonna be some peaceful negotiations with Russia, Ukraine, United Nations and Turkey will participate then, but only about the food supplies coming from Ukrainian ports, so we need to remove blockade from those from the Russian side, obviously. Again, China flies their military airplanes in a close proximity to Taiwan. Today they've flown 29 of the military airplanes that were in surveillance area of the island. If they still use those, it's a piece of cake for F-16 or any kind of jet to destroy those bombers. Probably I need to film about the China army and what they are capable of. Alright, today Zelensky was speaking with Viktor Orban, the president of Hungary, and he actually greeted the president of Hungary with support of Ukraine joining the European Union, and he Zelensky also asked Viktor Orban to come to Ukraine. I don't know if he would visit Ukraine, but anyways, thanks for the Hungary for supporting our refugees, for humanitarian help, and also for support of the EU membership. Early in today's video I told you about the Ukraine army attack on a Snake Island. We used rockets mainly, and Russia already confirmed that attack, saying that they defended the Snake Island, destroying 14 of Ukrainian unmanned air vehicles. Alright, boxing, we have Joshua versus Usyk again, and the battle starts in 2 months, and they wanted just to look at each other well before. Well, I may tell you, my friends, that Ukraine is a boxing nation, and probably it's the most famous type of sports we have after football. Kind of interesting message from our Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal. He said that if you are unemployed, you'll be hired by the government to work for the country. I wonder how much would they pay for that. He said if you have the martial law applied, you need to work for the country. Actually, I would agree with that, but depends obviously on the salary. Because now Ukrainians struggle with that. We lost most of our jobs. 50% of the population lost their jobs. Some of them fled the country, and the borders are closed now for the men between 18 and 60 years old. That is why actually I cannot fly anymore. I would probably go and find some job for me as a pilot, but you help me, my friends, to stay here in my country, to sustain my living, to actually work for Ukraine, because I'm on media front. I went to the military branch, they didn't take me. They say go, you don't have military experience, so I'm here with you, and thank you very much for your personal support, for your donations, and there are some links under this video where you can support me, my friends. And I also share the vast part of your donations to help Ukrainian people around. And this Sunday I announced the live stream where I will speak with Timur Rudov. He's a leader of volunteer organization in Odessa, so we work together with him. Could be interesting because he's a captain on a vessel, on a huge one of the biggest, and also he lived in Mariupol. He escaped the city. Could be interesting for you to listen. So this Sunday, stay tuned, and let's go again for the news. This is Russia, my friends, and lots of rams. Probably somewhere there is a military recruitment service. Because we are in lack of fuel, this transport is very popular right now in Ukraine, and demand for it grows dramatically. And I'm thinking to buy for me also something like that, because the fuel price rose high and it's really hard to get fuel around this place where I live, and especially in Kiev where the population is very high. Finland couldn't negotiate the NATO veto ban that Turkey put to be removed nearby, so we expect them to join NATO not earlier than this autumn. The United States Customs will confiscate the private airplane of Roman Abramovich, Russian oligarch, and this is the Boeing 787. Wonderful airplane, I would like to fly it, but not for Abramovich. One of the reasons that Russia proclaimed before they started this war in Ukraine was denazification. And just look at this guy. He is not Ukrainian, even though he is sitting on a Ukrainian car. He is a Russian trooper. Isn't it great picture? The Nazi symbols and probably Adolf Hitler on the shoulder. Yeah, definitely he came here for denazification. By the way, this is the old Russian Empire flag. Interesting performance on Russian field. We have some sort of the airplane, also with some kind of swastika. And here we have Zelensky picture on the canopy. On the front part, the leader. On the side, we have Biden. And they all got shot, you see, bullet holes, etc. What should it mean? I don't know. European Union is going to put the sanctions on Russian gold. It means their reserves. It not just means that Russia would not be able to sell the gold to European Union. Many other countries or investors will disagree to buy Russian gold because otherwise they would not be able to sell that gold to Western countries. Alright guys, we have some recent update of the military map. I just want to show you it. And Russia pushes their forces towards the Severodonetsk. Actually, they put 3,000 soldiers more to take the Severodonetsk under control, and they really pushed to Mirna Dolina, Kherson, and if we go to the timeline, just recently, for one day, they were able to capture this vast part of the territory. It's time for us to get out from Zote, Kherson, and I think in 2 or 3 days we'll see this picture all red. But also there are some good news. Let's go to Kherson, my friends, because Russia put their forces from this part to reinforce the eastern part, and here we were able to get to Kislivka. Kislivka is not far away from Kherson. Just let's measure the distance. So the distance is here. It's 10 kilometers. Now I would agree with our media that we're talking that our forces is 10 kilometers away from Kherson. They were talking about it 3 days already, and here we have some of the confirmation from the locals that our forces already in Kislivka, and that happened today, my friends, this evening. Well, congratulations, soon we're gonna free this territory from Russians. Thank you very much for watching me. What you need to do now is to press the like, and also if you want to support this channel, I put some of the links in the video description for you to support. Those of you who support me, my friends, you are awesome. Thank you so much. And by the way, I wish you a peaceful sky wherever you are. Have a great time.